metal on your wrist used to fly at 30,000 feet. This is the incredible journey of the ghost plane's second life. 1 billion miles of flight ends here, in the silence of the high desert.
The first step of the transformation begins with a final tow to the harvest line.
600,000 pounds of history are now in the hands of the recyclers. The Queen makes her final journey, moving toward a destiny beyond the clouds.
Positioned and grounded, the aircraft is now a resource, not a vehicle. Marked for harvest, the structural integrity is assessed for the final cut. The eyes of the aircraft are sealed, preserving the high-value tech within the cockpit.
One last pulse of power flows through her veins before the systems go dark.
Every inch of this Titan, from the nose to the tip of the tail, is accounted for.
The Queen has landed for the last time. Now, the transformation begins.
Before the first cut is made, the Queen must be bled of her volatile lifeblood.
Every drop is a hazard. Every gallon is a liability that must be neutralized.
The purple veins of the hydraulic system are drained, stripping the aircraft of its mechanical power.
What once fueled transcontinental flight is now captured for industrial recycling or disposal. Even the lubricant that cooled the engines at 30,000 feet is harvested for its raw base oils. The purge is complete. The weight of the Queen has shifted from liquid to pure, high-grade metal. Every port is sealed, ensuring no residual vapors remain as the heavy machinery moves in.
To get to the high-grade aluminum, the heart of the giant must first be hollowed out.
Every seat, every bolt, and every mile of wiring must be stripped by hand and machine.
Behind the luxury of the cabin lies a chaotic web of insulation and dead weight.
200 tons of interior material are discarded to reach the precious alloy beneath. Miles of copper nerves are extracted, a secondary harvest of valuable conductive metals. The structural floor that once held tons of cargo is now dismantled, rib by rib.
The cabin is scoured, leaving nothing but the skeletal remains of the Queen. The massive galleys are lowered, the final pieces of the interior puzzle removed.
The gutting is complete. Now, the heavy steel shears will begin the severance. 4 massive hearts kept this giant in the sky. Today, they are removed for their precious alloys. High-tension steel bolts, designed never to fail, are finally forced to let go. The weight of the engine, nearly 10,000 pounds, is transferred to the steel cables of the harvest crane.
As the weight is lifted, the Queen's wing rises, feeling the lightness of retirement for the first time. Suspended in the desert air, the engine begins its descent to the processing floor.
Secured in steel, the turbine is prepared for a surgical breakdown of its exotic metals.
The outer shell is stripped away to reveal the titanium and nickel alloy core.
Exotic alloys, capable of defying extreme heat, are harvested with surgical precision.
The power is gone. The Queen of the Skies is now a silent monument of aluminum.
With the engines gone, the structural severance can begin.
The big cut is next.
The time for surgical removal is over. Now, the giant is broken by brute force. 5,000 pounds of pressure pierce the fuselage, severing the iconic silhouette of the Queen.
The pressurized sanctuary is breached, exposed to the desert sky, one last reorganization. The head of the giant is removed, a 30-ton trophy of high-grade aerospace alloy. Even the massive wing spars, built to withstand hurricane-force turbulence, succumb to the steel jaw. Pure mechanical energy is converted into the force of destruction. The wings that spanned oceans now lie grounded, ready for the secondary shredder. The Queen is reduced to manageable segments, each a hoard of premium-grade aluminum.
In the wreckage, the true value emerges. Pure, recyclable elements. The Queen of the Skies is no more. Her transformation into raw material has begun.
The remains of the Queen meet the Devourer, a 4,000 horsepower industrial shredder. 4,000 horsepower are channeled into twin shafts of hardened steel.
Form is obliterated. Structure is reduced to raw surface area. The vibration begins the triage, shaking free the debris of 1,000 flights.
The Queen is now a river of silver, a constant flow of high-grade aerospace scrap.
High-velocity hammers refine the scrap, stripping away the last of the impurities. Weight becomes the final judge. The light waste is purged by a wall of air.
Magnets pull the iron from the alloy, leaving behind a pure stream of aircraft aluminum.
What once flew at 600 miles per hour is now a stationary mountain of potential. The structure is gone. The spirit of the Queen now waits for the fire.
The mountain of scrap is fed into the secondary sort, where physics replaces brute force.
A wall of high-velocity air creates a vertical gauntlet, stripping the last of the cabin's weight. Visible currents force the aluminum to jump, separating the aircraft's skin from the heavy steel bolts. The human eye is the final filter, ensuring only the purest 7 Series aluminum reaches the furnace.
Magnetism pulls the last of the heavy iron, isolating the high-value aerospace alloy.
The Queen has been distilled. This mountain of silver is the foundation of her second life.
1,000 fragments are crushed into a single 2,000-pound block of industrial potential. Each bale is a condensed history of flight, ready for the fire of the forge.
The harvest leaves the desert. The journey from aircraft to luxury begins. The desert's work is done. The fire awaits.
The desert's harvest reaches the inferno, where the history of the Queen is erased by fire.
The impurities of decades, paint, sealants, and dirt are skimmed away, leaving only the essence of the alloy.
Force-fed oxygen and gas, the furnace reaches the critical temperature for molecular rebirth.
The Queen is poured out, a liquid legacy flowing toward its new form.
Precision chemicals are added by hand, tuning the aerospace-grade alloy for its next life.
Every batch is tested, ensuring the strength that once held the skies is preserved in the metal.
The molds are readied, the final vessels that will give the Queen a new shape. heat gives way to structure. The liquid airframe solidifies into industrial gold. The fire has done its work. The ghost plane has been reborn as the raw material of luxury. The raw ingots are prepared for the press, the bridge between crude metal and precision engineering. 4,000 tons of pressure force the alloy through the die, refining its grain for ultimate strength.
The Queen's new form emerges, perfectly uniform billets of high-grade, recycled aerospace aluminum.
The fire is quenched in an instant, tempering the metal to a diamond-like resilience.
The rough edges are shorn away, leaving behind a flawless cylinder of aircraft-grade resource.
The oxidation of the desert is stripped away, revealing the silver brilliance of the Queen's soul. Precision is non-negotiable. The metal must be as straight as the flight path it once followed.
Every billet is signed and sealed, a certified descendant of the Boeing 747.
The transformation of the ghost plane is nearly complete. From the desert floor to the factory door.
The journey to the workshop begins. The Queen is ready to be worn.
The Titan is miniaturized. Every millimeter of this alloy carries the legacy of the clouds.
From a 60-foot wing to a 40-millimeter case, the Queen is refined for the wrist.
The same alloy that withstood the pressure of the stratosphere now holds the face of time.
The dull skin of the ghost plane is polished until it reflects the world it once surveyed from above.
Her history is etched into her new skin, a ghost no longer, but a permanent record. Thousands of hours of flight are compressed into a single, ticking heartbeat.
From the scrap heap to the showroom, the transformation is total.
A piece of the sky, now grounded on the wrist of a new generation.